Hi Cancer, welcome to your June reading and happy birthday for you Cancers that are born in June, the last half of June. So let's see what's coming up for you. This will be a general reading, so whatever comes through, comes through. I'll get you some oracle cards as well, and yeah, let's see. Bottom we have the Five of Wands, Lovers, the Empress. Seem to be at odds with yourself in regards to a love situation. We'll see. Much more friendlier reading. So far the signs I've done, they're all kind of negative, which is just interesting. Anyway, let me get you some oracle cards. I feel like Cancer, you're trying to stay very logical about something here. Logical about your path, what you are expecting to manifest here, what you're working on. You're being quite strict with yourself. It's almost like a forceful energy to keep yourself on track with something here. Or maybe that's just being imposed on you from the outside. It's almost like a sense of, well, you have to succeed because you have no choice, kind of thing. You've got Sun, well, that is you, and Destiny. That's powerful and intimidating at the same time. Something here about realizing your destiny, okay? The Sun and this card showing up next to each other. The Sun itself is could be interpreted as being what you're here for, you know, your destiny. Got Gemini, Mercury. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. So let's see what the Moonology has for you. I feel like for some of you, you feel destined to create something specific. Like actualizing your destiny, actualizing yourself, who you truly are at your core. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon, and don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Gemini had a similar message here, again with the Five of Swords. I feel like the ego could get a bit in the way of the plans, okay, of the grand plans. So yeah, I feel like you're feeling quite destined to create something specific. You've got the Three of Pentacles, the Magician here, the Emperor. These are all creation cards. These are cards that speak of building, you know, the metaphorical empire, of creating something that is long lasting, that is stable, that has an impact, that leaves some kind of a legacy, you know, something like that. And this is quite powerful with the Sun and Destiny. Some of you might be realizing your destiny this month, okay? I know it's like far-fetched, but you know, people realize their destinies in a flash of a second. You know, it just comes. You know, it could be something that you haven't even thought about before. But I feel like you have planned this out for some time, okay? It's not like it's going to come up out of the blue and say, oh, this is what I want to do. Like, it's not going to happen this month. I feel like you've been doing this for some time. You do have this energy is gaining momentum. So whatever it is you're doing, I feel like you're going in the right direction. In fact, you do have two cards here that indicate you going in the right direction. Okay, the Eight of Wands and this. I feel like you need to keep doing whatever it is you're doing because it's working. Okay, there is something here that you're on some kind of a track or some kind of a path. Okay, that is the right path for you. Okay, sorry, wires in the way. So, you know, there's a right track here that you are on. But just make sure that your ego doesn't get in the way. Okay. Got a lot of fire energy here as well. So you might have fire placements or you just feel generally fired up about your plans for the future. So, yeah. It's all good for you, Cancer. I'm glad it's not as negative as the other signs because it's, you know, it's definitely better, far better. I do feel like some of you, you're trying to nurture something here. Okay, could be a connection for some of you, but not necessarily. I feel like you're trying to nurture something that is in alignment with your true self. Okay. I also feel like this month, Cancer, your emotional well-being is a little bit, how do I put it, challenged or disrupted. Okay, the Nine of Cups is your challenge. So I feel like there's something here in your emotional stability or in your emotional contentment. Because the Nine of Cups talks about being content. You just don't feel content this month. It just sort of feels like you're being driven for more. Okay, you want more. Not necessarily more, but it's like, it's almost like a sense of you knowing deep within yourself that you can have better, that you can do more, that you can manifest more, that you can create better. Okay, some of you, you are literally into some kind of a creative endeavor or job or something. But with this Nine of Cups being your challenge, I feel like you're being a little bit challenged to feel content this month. That's the best way I can put it. This King Swords being your main energy, I feel like this is you, Cancer. I mean, you're not a air sign, but I feel like you have some kind of an absolute conviction of a particular path or something. It's almost like you're getting ready to take action towards something. There's a lot of action cards here. But there's also a bit of waiting involved. I feel like, you know, whatever it is you're trying to achieve is not going to happen overnight. You're being pulled into a particular direction, or, you know, there's some kind of momentum here that is propelling you forward in some way. Okay, so have faith, you know, have belief that you're on the right track. Okay, that's the message I'm getting for you from all of these cards. They're repeating messages here as well. So that's confirmation, okay, as far as readings go. I'm trying to see what you are trying to create here with that Three of Pentacles. That's a strange message. I was looking at that King of Swords. I don't know if it's going to be relevant for somebody, but something about the crown of a king. There's that saying, heavy is the crown. But the message I got from you is the crown is actually not that heavy. Something about bearing your achievements with grace. That's just really bizarre. Take that if it resonates. That just came out of nowhere. Wearing the crown with grace, or achieving with grace, or something like that. I don't know what it's trying to say, but you know, whatever. Spirit is weird sometimes. Anyway, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, okay. So you're trying to manifest your independence. It's like financial independence specifically for some of you. There's another 9. And again, that message of contentment comes up here, because I feel like you drive yourself to achieve better, okay? You're not content with what you have or what you are achieving right now. I mean, your achievements might be quite small or they might be quite big, but there's a desire here for more, okay? You want to be in charge of yourself. You want to be in charge of your kingdom, of your empire. And for some of you, you're heavily working on your financial independence specifically, okay? I'm not going to clarify that 8 of Wands, because again, the message I got very strongly from that is that there is a specific trajectory for you, and you should stick to that, okay? There is something here that is just kind of manifesting, you know, with you at the same time, so you don't have to get in the way of that. Nobody gets in the way of the 8 of Wands. That just goes right through you. So just a heads up, whatever it is you're doing, you're on the right track. Okay, and I'm dropping everything. So let's see, what else do I need to clarify? I'm kind of curious what this 5 of Swords is about here in the past. Let me see. I'm not so much keen on looking into the past, but just as a general rule, is a good idea as to what it is you did in the past that didn't work out, and make sure not to do it again, kind of thing. That's the way I look at the past. 5 of Pentacles. There might have been a conflict of resources, okay? For many of you, again, the financial situation seems to be prominent here. So it does sort of feel that you're coming from a place of, well, I wouldn't say poverty, but feeling impoverished, feeling strain of resources, okay? You just did not have what you needed in the past. And I feel like you might have taken some actions in the past with that 5 of Swords that actually created some kind of a financial strain on you. Or maybe you were in a conflict with someone. Maybe your parents kicked you out of the house. Or, you know, it could be many scenarios, but I feel like something here has created a lot of challenges for you, financial challenges. It could have been some kind of a conflict that you got into here and you just sort of got left out of something. Could be, you know, out of a business, out of work, you know, unemployed for a long time. So yeah, I see a lot of financial strain in the past for you. And that's why you're so driven right now to achieve that secure financial independence. And I see you working hard on that. But in kind of a creative way, not in like, I have to do this shitty job because, you know, it pays well. I feel like you're kind of enjoying what you're doing. Tell me about this 3 of Wands. I feel like you're waiting. I mean, there's like a waiting period showing up here for you in the future with this Tower being here. There's some disruption here. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Could be a disruption of plans for some of you. You have plans for something and there's like a curveball in the way. What should they watch out for? So you may need to watch out for some kind of betrayal, some kind of a sharp ending. Sharp ending. Yeah, those swords are sharp. So there's some kind of a sharp ending of something here. You know, you may have had some kind of plan here for something, but it just comes to an abrupt end, Cancer. Okay, so you may need to watch out for that into the near future, okay? You know, there's some difficulties showing up for you here. So the Seven of Wands, I do feel like you're fighting for your position here. Okay, for some of you, if this is a work situation, for example, I feel like you're fighting for a better position because there's a vantage point here in the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're fighting for something, okay? You stand up for something. It could be a higher position for some of you, okay? There's some kind of competition here, or I don't know, competition of ideas. You have specific ideas of how to create something, or, you know, you're defending yourself for some of you if you're, you know, being attacked in some way. But I also feel like you're fighting mostly for your, you know, for your well-being, for being in charge of a situation. I also feel like there are some restraints when it comes to your environment here. It could be the same situation from the past. There's some kind of restraint here with this Emperor. And it could be, I don't know, you needing to make sure you secure your place of living, or, you know, something like that. There's like some kind of a limitation that's being imposed on you here. Trying to see what that is. Could be a person, an Aries specifically. Could also be a boss, because the Emperor is a boss personality. Seven of Swords in reverse. Am I holding these upside down? No. Well, whatever this is that is in your surroundings that's trying to be a bit controlling, I feel like you're seeing through this tactic, okay? The Seven of Swords in reversed. There's some kind of a tactic here that's being employed by someone to keep you under restraint of some sort, or to keep you from doing what you like to do. Okay, I don't know if that resonates. Could also have someone around you again that is trying to sabotage what you're doing, so you might want to be careful with that, because you know that past situation is a little bit similar. I see you either you sabotaged yourself into a difficult situation, there was some other kind of circumstance that sabotaged your well-being in the past, and it's showing up in your surroundings. So I feel like this isn't you. There's some other kind of circumstance around you that is kind of sabotaging your trajectory a little bit. Okay. You know, it's probably tied into this situation, this Tower and Ten of Swords. So just be mindful of that. It could be something quite unexpectedly showing up for you, where you're having to pivot, you're having to shift your strategy, or you're having to, I don't know, put someone in their place, or, you know, whatever it might be. There's like some kind of a curveball showing up here. And I feel like it's probably a repeating situation from the past. So if you've done something in the past that might have caused you some difficulty, just make sure you don't repeat that. Okay? I mean, it could show up in a different way, but it's kind of similar. There's a bit of sabotaging energy is how I'm getting it. So if you have someone around you that's trying to sabotage you, or you sabotage yourself, Cancer, just be mindful of that. Let's see, what's this High Priestess about? I feel like you find out some kind of a secret here, Cancer, but it's not like an everyday kind of secret. I feel like you're beginning to understand some situation here. You're beginning to understand how you can use certain things to your advantage. That's the way I want to put it. It's like you find out something that works to your advantage. I don't even know what that means, but that's just the way it wants to come out. You've got the Magician as an outcome, so let me see. I feel like you are actually gaining power. You're gaining insight into something to realize your potential. To use whatever tools you have at your disposal, including, past mistakes and past screw ups or whatever, and you're making something out of it. There's that momentum of moving forward. Got the Seven of Cups and the Hermit. Again, I do feel like there's some kind of an insight here that you're gaining this month. Like significant insight about something. Quite powerful insight. Okay, that's probably going to help you out. The Seven of Cups, it does sort of feel like you have multiple options, multiple paths to get to where you want to get. Okay, there might be something getting in your way here, but I feel like you're taking that and you're, making lemonade. I don't know how to put it. It's like there's a lemon being thrown at you by the universe, and you're just making lemonade out of it. That's just the way I can say it, Cancer. So there is multiple ways to achieve something. Okay, that's the message I'm getting for you. You're gaining insight into something, and you're beginning to have multiple paths being open to you to be put into manifestation. But this only happens if you actually keep your own counsel. Okay, Cancer, because if you have some kind of a sabotaging energy around you, if this is not even yourself, I do get the impression that you need to keep your own counsel and observe what is happening around you, and take whatever information that comes at you and use it to your advantage. But ultimately use your own intuition and use your own guidance and keep your own counsel, because you might be blabbering something to someone and they just kind of get in your way. Okay, that could be a scenario, but not necessarily. Again, I feel like you are making lemonade this month, Cancer, with whatever is being thrown at you, because I do see some difficulties showing up here, and it's probably something that surrounds you, some circumstance or some person, or something like that. I feel like there's a disruption of plans here this month, but you're using that to your advantage, because you feel like you can do better. Okay, even with this difficult situation, you can do better. Could be that for some of you, you might have to go at it alone, especially if you had other people involved in your plans. You might have to do it alone. You might have to keep shit to yourself, not blabber about your plans to anyone. But whatever it is, you're manifesting some greatness here. Okay, especially with the rest of the cards you have, I feel like you're gonna be in good shape, to the future, not just this month. But the challenges that are being thrown at you this month are actually helping you grow into something more potent. Okay. So that was your reading, Cancer. I wish you the best, and until next time, bye.